We saw what Ford Field was like during a Detroit Lions playoff game last season. It was probably the best atmosphere in the NFL. Imagine what it would be like if the Lions, the number 1 seed in the NFC, won 2 games at home and were 2 wins away from the Super Bowl. After a miraculous win over the Houston Texans last week, the Lions are 8-1 and on track for first place and a bye. The Lions are the best team in the NFC, maybe even the NFL, and it's getting harder to figure out who can beat Detroit in January. But let's remember here that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Lions in a random game in Week 2, with the Bucs losing 463-216. Even in the playoffs, accidental losses can happen. The Lions are by no means invincible, and while there should be a good playoff field in the NFC, only 2 teams really stand out as threats that can keep Detroit from its first Super Bowl. Here are the Lions' possible playoff opponents. We are not currently accepting applications from teams with records below .500. The NFC is too strong for that. So, even if teams like the Chicago Bears and Buccaneers continue their run and could become giant killers in January, we'll wait to see if that happens. There's an argument for the Vikings and Packers, but the biggest problem is that the Lions have already beaten both on the road. So, in a playoff game at Ford Field, it's hard to pick either team as the winner. Even if both teams have the ability to pick a winner, especially if Minnesota can fix Sam Darnold's turnover slump, the Commanders, Cardinals, and Falcons all fall into the same category. They all have a chance to score, but it's hard to imagine their defenses being good enough to slow down the Lions. The Commanders' and Cardinals' defenses in particular were much better than expected, but can they stop Detroit? Probably not. They'll have to rely on outscoring the Lions in high-scoring games, which will be a tough task.